this is Cindy from Stamped with Aloha. Today I'm going to teach you how to create a triple fold card featuring the Artfully Composed Designer Series paper. So let's go ahead and get started on today's project. So I'll be featuring this stamp set, the Artfully Layered stamp set, and then the coordinating paper, which is called Artfully Composed. All right, so I'm going to begin using my paper trimmer, and I'm going to line my 12 by 12 paper up at 5.5 inches, and then I'm going to cut it. Next, I'm going to do some scoring. So I'm going to bring my scoring tool into position. I'm going to turn my paper, and I'm going to score the paper at 4.25 inches. And then I'm going to score it again at 7.25 inches. And then one last time at 10.25 inches. Okay. All right, so now it's time to fold the cardstock. So I'm going to take and fold it down, and then I'm going to fold it up, and then I'm going to fold it down again. Okay? And so this right here is what is going to be the base of our card. And you can see it's going to be a really fun fold just like that. And so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do my stamping. So for this card, we're going to need 2 pieces of basic white cardstock that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. One we're going to leave plain, and this one we're going to stamp on. And then we're going to need 2 cardstock pieces in basic black that are 3 by 4 inches. All right, so for the stamping, we are going to be using this stamp set, the Artfully Layered, and we'll be using several of these stamps. But I'm going to start with a sentiment that says, "Sending all the hugs." I'll be using Memento ink. And then let me ink up my stamp, and then I'm going to stamp this right at the bottom. Okay, for the next color, I'm going to be using this Pale Papaya. And then I'm basically copying the pattern that I saw in the DSP. So if you look at the designer paper, you can see that it has black, olive, this papaya color, and we're even going to bring in a little bit of this Bermuda Bay. So I'm going to take this stamp right here, and then I'm going to stamp it 3 times. So once at the top, once on the side, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of it at the bottom like that. All right, for the next color, we're going to be using Old Olive, and then I'm going to use one of the really beautiful leaf images from this set. So I'm going to take my stamp, I'm going to ink it up with the Old Olive, and then I'm going to bring right across the top and stamp it down, and then I'm going to ink it up one more time, and this time I'm going to have it coming from the bottom and kind of where the two are meeting together like that. All right, and then the final color I'm going to use is Bermuda Bay, and then I'm going to use this little anthurium stamp, and I'm going to stamp some anthuriums over here and then some at the top like this, and that'll just give that fun pop of Bermuda Bay on there. All right, so then the only other thing I'm going to stamp on this card is a leaf, and I've already done that here. So I stamped the Monstera leaf, and then this suite has a nice set of dies. So I used this die, ran it through my die cutting machine, and then what we'll have as the focal point of the card is a die cut Monstera leaf, and it looks like this. All right, let's put this card together. All right, so I have my card base here, and then I have the piece that I just stamped. So I'm going to take and flip this over, and I'm going to add some adhesive to the back. And then I'm going to mount this to basic black. Okay, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to put some adhesive on this white piece and mount this here. So to make things easy, I just went ahead and cut these pieces at the exact same dimensions. But if you wanted more of a space to write a message, you could make this base piece a little bit bigger. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are gonna put this on the front. So it's gonna be centered right there on the front of the card. So I'm gonna turn it over, and I'm gonna get out my dimensionals, and then I'm gonna place 3 dimensionals on the left side. Okay, take off the back. And then I'm going to flip this around and mount this right here. Okay, now we're going to place this in the background. And so the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to open this up. I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to add some glue to the back of it. And then I'm going to line it up so that it lines up on the, like doing a puzzle. I'm gonna line it up right here on the back of that piece that I just put down with the dimensionals. And then I'm gonna just flip it closed. And so that way this front panel will hide the inside panel. All right, and then it looks nice like this, but we are gonna add that focal point, that Monstera leaf. And so I didn't color this in because the Monstera on the paper was just black and white. And so we're gonna leave it just like this, but if you wanted to add some color, you could definitely do that with some Stampin' Blend markers. But I'm just gonna go ahead and add some dimensionals to this. And then I'm going to place that right there. And there you go, this card is completed. All right, well, I wanna say thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. I wanna say a special thanks to Luana for sending me a card like this, which is what inspired me to create this video today. I hope that you'll come back and stamp with me again soon. Until then, aloha.